9:06. There's my Halloween friends. Not you. You guys are too. Steve Schwartz is outside. He's going to join us here at 9:20, and he'll be filling us in. Really looking forward to talking to Steve here in about 14 minutes, but who's counting? Getting ready for a great show. In the 10 o'clock hour, we're also going to be talking to the historic Route 66 Flea Market and getting the latest on their event and so much more. Hope you guys are joining me for the full 2 hours today. Did you guys enjoy yesterday's show? I mean, I wasn't in the studio live. I had to take care of some personal stuff, and I can't wait to showcase that to you later on throughout the month, hopefully, if all goes well. But it was a great show. We had Corey Job on. We had Teresa Reiniger. We had, City Museum. Just a really good Thursday show. So I hope you guys tuned in then. If you didn't, RiverBender.com /daily show. And let's get this fall morning off to the right start. 53 degrees. You can't ask for much better than that. Here's what you need to know. Download that RiverBender.com app today. You'll never miss out. You can join myself and, well, over 80,000 people that are in the know each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with Around the Riverbend. We'll take you right to Jerseyville first. Deputy Chief Scott Wolfel officially retired from the Jerseyville Police Department on October the 9th, concluding a distinguished 22-year career. In an emotional farewell, Wolfel expressed gratitude to the community, his fellow officers, dispatchers, and especially his family, including his son and fellow officer Nick. He reflected on the honor of serving Jerseyville and urged officers to respect the uniform and prioritize safety. Nick Wolfel praised his father's legacy, highlighting the impact he had on the department and the community. Deputy Chief Wolfel's retirement marks the end of an era, leaving behind a lasting legacy of dedication and service to the community. Also in the news today, Civic Memorial High School recently hosted an inspiring Pink Out Night at Hauser Stadium to honor those affected by breast cancer and support Nicole Paris, a beloved local teacher and football mom currently fighting the disease. The event brought the community together, with residents showing overwhelming enthusiasm to participate in the tribute. Principal Justin Newell highlighted the event's deeper meaning, emphasizing that the night was more than just football. Despite the team's loss against Highland, the community's solidarity and support for Paris and her family stood as a powerful reminder of the bonds that unite them beyond the game. You can see that full write-up at RiverBender.com /news. Also in the news today, Godfrey trustees have introduced a policy to guide the installation of speed bumps and humps to reduce speeding on residential streets. However, we will have an updated story for you on that, as that item was tabled, and we'll have an updated story for you here in just a few moments. We'll move right along, though, to Alton next, as Nathan J. Welch, 32 years of age, from Alton, has pled guilty to several Class X felonies, including predatory criminal, sexual assault of a child, and child pornography offenses. Welch admitted to 3 counts of sexual assault involving an infant between March and June 2024, as well as producing and distributing child pornography featuring that same child. The investigation was initiated from a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, flagging illicit content shared on the messaging app Kick. Prosecutors praised the efforts of law enforcement and the Madison County State's Attorney's Office. Welch faces up to 90 years in prison, with sentencing set at a later date. Also in the news today, a 14-year-old DeJuan Morgan of St. Louis tragically lost his life after being struck by a stray bullet inside his home during an exchange of gunfire on Hobkirk Drive. The incident occurred around 6:10 p.m. on Wednesday, October the 8th, when multiple individuals were shooting outside the residence. Police responded to a shot spotter alert and a 911 call, finding Morgan already deceased at the scene. Authorities confirmed that the bullet came from outside during the ongoing shooting involving several suspects. The investigation remains active. Also in the news today, Detective Jacob Custer has been named Officer of the Month by the Alton Police Department for his outstanding leadership and dedication. He manages the department's sex offender program, implementing routine compliance checks that have increased efficiency, saved resources, and ensured accountability. Alongside this role, Detective Custer serves full-time as the school resource officer at Mark Twain School, where his professionalism and patience positively impact students and staff. The department praised his innovation and his quiet leadership for strengthening both the police force and the Alton community. His work reflects a strong commitment to public safety and community engagement. A full write-up on that available at RiverBender.com/news, and congratulations to Detective Custer on that recognition. Finally, in the news today, in local sports, in a thrilling comeback, Edwardsville edged top-seeded Belleville East 24-19 to claim the IHSA Girls Flag Football Regional title. Remy Warden led the charge with 2 touchdowns, while Sophie Shapiro and Audrey De La Torre Cruz also scored for the Tigers. Edwardsville overcame an early deficit, tying the game 12-12 by halftime before prevailing in a tense second half. The victory advances 4th-seeded Edwardsville to the Danville sectional, where they will face the Indians, who shocked 2nd-seed Peoria Richwoods. Edwardsville is now 12-1 on the year and prepares for their Monday sectional match. We'll keep you updated at RiverBender.com/sports. Let's take a look at weather. 54 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 56 out there today. Partly cloudy with a couple of showers, and tonight an evening shower in spots. Otherwise, it will just be partly cloudy. Temperature will be a little bit elevated today once the afternoon starts to take into effect. Right now, air quality is at 52, which is moderate, but so is that mold count, so be careful as that rain starts to hit to see what that does to those mold indexes. For today, here's what it looks like. Temperatures should reach right around 74 degrees today with those chances of spot showers. Now, they're also saying throughout our region, we don't have it pinpointed, but there is a chance of a spot thunderstorm as well. Temperatures again reach 74, drop down to 54 tonight. On Saturday, a high of 76 and a low of 47 degrees. Wow, we're here almost. We are almost there. On Sunday, temperatures reach 78 degrees, drop down to 56 overnight as we head into Monday. On Monday, cloudy skies, a high of 78, a low of 56, and on Tuesday, a high of 74, a low of 57. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 9:15 in the heart of the 618, 54 degrees out there. It feels like 56 for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545, this time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Before we talk all about the Alton Halloween Parade, I got to take care of some business. You know, at Village Dispensary, every day is a special day, and, you know, they're your premier licensed recreational cannabis dispensary right here in the 618, and what I think's great is, I mean, they got everything you want, from flower, pre-rolls, concentrates, vaporizers, edibles. Hell, you guys heard me talk about this for over a year. What am I doing to myself? I mean, it's the inventory that makes Snoop Dogg, Cheech and Chong, Willie Nelson blush all at the same time, and we're all thinking about it. You know, at Village Dispensary, they're all about education, too, and I think that's a big component of why they're so successful. If you're new to the whole, cannabis product, maybe you're trying it for the first time, maybe you got some joint issues, some appetite things going on. Listen, their staff at Village Dispensary is so knowledgeable. They're going to set you off into their consultation area, tell you anything you need to know, help you answer any questions you may have, and then you're taken care of. If you know what you want, you're in and out quicker than you can say up and smoke. You can see their full lineup and inventory at villagedispo.com. That's villagedispo.com, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Alrighty, quick break. Coming back, learning all about the Alton Halloween Parade this year and more right after this on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to...
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com. RiverBender.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Halloween theme for the Halloween Parade. How about that? I came prepared this time. Remember last year I had like some weird country music playing? I'm like, this isn't Halloween.
It could have been Thriller.
It could have been. That's true.
It could have been.
Are we doing a flash mob this year?
Yes, we are.
I love it. Okay. We are here for the 108th annual Alton Halloween Parade. Not right now. That's coming down the pipeline in a couple of weeks. We're almost here, and man, you guys are filling up. I love this. We were talking, Steve, before we came on. The online form is doing pretty well with this new way of doing it, and we're almost set.
Yeah, we're pretty well all set. Yeah, we're getting there.
Where do we start?
What is it, though? Over 100 years we've been putting on this parade. I think it's actually 108 years.
Well, and this is what's incredible, too. I mean, the history's there, but what I think's so cool is that each and every year you get a couple of new additions and folks that keep coming back to be a part of this parade. And is Dr. Vest coming back?
Dr. Vest is coming back. You know, this has been going on since 1916.
It's incredible.
And I think there were a couple of years in World War II that we didn't have it. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be our 108th, and you're right. I mean, we have people that come back every year. We have individuals that watch the parade that are in the same spot every year after every
And if you're in their spot, they will let you know about it.
They will let you know. Early.
Well, and it's not, what I think's incredible too is the organization that it takes to put on something of this size, because it's one of the larger parades in the area, if not the largest on the Illinois side when it comes to just parades throughout the year. And there's a lot of work that goes into that, and making sure everyone's safe and getting floats lined up. How long does it take to get that process started before we even talk about the logistics?
We start actually in late August.
Wow.
And we have started before, earlier than that. Mm-hmm. However, I think we've got it pretty well somewhat fine-tuned. Mm-hmm. I call it kind of organized chaos.
Yep.
But we start in late August and get the applications out early. Try to get the applications out in September, which Greg does a great job on that. And after that, we meet on a regular basis and go over everything. But our committee has about 10 guys, and everyone knows their job on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great committee.
We are a bit of a well-polished machine. And as you mentioned earlier, the applications this year, I used the Google Forms, which fed into the Google Sheets, which got rid of the need for people taking the picture of a paper form and emailing me pictures and dual entry. It's worked out well. It's resulted in more applications coming in sooner this year.
Wonderful.
Which helped us with our planning and such.
Well, and now also this year, Karen Wilson's going to be the parade marshal.
Karen Wilson's going to be our parade marshal, yes.
That's
well-deserved.
going to be a well-deserved honor for sure, and she's going to be a great parade marshal.
Absolutely. You know, she just retired.
Yep.
And she's had a lot of things that she's done, State Farm Insurance, teacher, and the like. And so she'll represent the marshals very well.
This is going to be super cool. I was told that I will never allowed to be a marshal, even 50 years from now. So I just put my.
You got to twist some arms.
So what? At the same time, it starts. Correct. No changes on any of the logistics.
No changes.
7 p.m. Friday, October 31st.
Yes, always on Halloween night, except on Sunday. If it's on a Sunday, then it's always the Saturday before.
I see. I wish we haven't had a Saturday parade in a while, have we?
I think we'll have one next year.
We'll have one next year.
Well, there we go. Spoke too soon.
And then we'll probably have one the next year after that because it's going to be on a Sunday. So.
Oh, that's true. What I think's so cool too is just the last couple of years, people have gotten creative with their spots. I mean, they're having their trailers out here now, and they got bonfires on their trailer. Everyone's cozying up. I mean, it's cool to see.
Oh yeah.
Well, and now, with that being said, what number are we at, Greg, when it comes to...
We're going to be probably about between 70 and 80 positions in the parade, but those are positions. Some of the positions could be a group of 20 Jeeps.
Yeah.
We've got 3 groups of Jeeps out there. We've got some horses as well. So lots of positions, but even more vehicles and peoples in the parade.
Well, and see, with I thought they were fun. I mean, there was a lot of them, but it was cool to see them, and they got through pretty fast, and their Jeeps were decorated all top down.
They decorated them very well.
Yeah. They go over the top. It's pretty exciting. Everybody
they
likes
decorated
them
very well.
Well, and then the Rolling Nobles will be back, I'm sure.
Yes,
Rolling Nobles are coming back. It wouldn't be the parade without them. They have a standing invitation to come to the parade.
Well, and the community involvement with the parade too, like the high school bands that are a part of it, those kids can play, and it's really cool to always see them perform. The local dance groups performing too, and just local high school teams performing as well. And do we have a pretty good lineup of those bands coming back and being a part of it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really cool. Do we know, or do we have the number on bands yet?
Right now we have 3. We're looking at a few more. So hopefully, it's the trouble is if they're in the football playoffs, that's an issue. So we're hoping that they're Saturday playoffs this year.
If anyone from the IHSA is watching for scheduling purposes, I just think it's great because we were getting some interviews lined up for the show for Halloween and everything, and it's pretty interesting because normally whenever you send out an email for somebody, like, I'll tell you, I'll just break the fourth wall. Like the other day, I thought, how cool would it be to have Adam Sandler? Okay, so send an agent. Agent responds, not interested because what the heck's going on here? You mentioned Alton for anything Halloween related, and it's like, this is actually of some interest. And the notoriety that even the parade garners, too, is just incredible. I mean, it's one of the most viewed things on Riverbender throughout each and every year. We can guarantee that the Halloween parade will be the most viewed. And it's just showcases truly the love and the special place that everyone has for it. And for being and a lot of times too, what I think's wild is that parades around the area, they're still there, but maybe they aren't as strong as they used to be. And the Halloween parade just keeps staying consistent and growing.
It keeps consistently growing.
Yeah.
And the crowds have always been great.
I mean, what do you guys what do you guys give the credit to on that? Because I mean, it really is just something that is kind of special for what you all have created.
I think the longevity of it, over 100 years, consistency, almost consistency, except a couple of world wars in there. I think that really, and just if you build it, they will come, and it's a great show.
And I think Halloween is a big night in the Alton area.
Yeah.
And I know individuals that just decorate their house just like it's Christmas time.
Oh yeah.
And
I decorated mine in August, Steve. I was done. I was done with the 100 degrees.
My wife as well.
So I think that has to do with it. Halloween is really a big night in Alton.
100%. And now, just for the folks that maybe are new to the parade this year as participants, is there anything we can give them, like FAQ-wise, that would help them as, if they're throwing candy or anything like that or tossing it, that we can give some FAQs out for?
We always give some guidance to throw the candy at the feet. Don't throw it into the crowd, and don't bring suckers. Please don't bring suckers, because we're concerned that stick can hit somebody in the eye.
Oh, for sure.
That's the one of the biggest concerns. And then for participants in the parade, the wheel walkers are the key. We have what we call a wheel walker position at each wheel along the trailer or along the vehicle, just to ensure no kids get close to that wheel.
Well, and with that being said, too, I think that's where it's good to know for parents that if this is your first time, coming out, if you've moved to Alton lately or you're kind of testing it out, that you're going to be safe and your kids are, too, because you and the police work really well together to close everything down and really make it easy to get out of the parade afterwards, too.
The police department, the city does a great job. And the police does an absolutely fantastic job, along with the street department. They always have the blocks to block off the streets. And actually, soon after the parade, the route is pretty well cleaned up.
Yeah. It is. It looks like it never even happened.
It looks like it never even happened. So I give kudos to the city as much.
Well, and now on top of the city side of things, municipalities are being represented as well, and we're going to see the public figures of the communities represented there too. And I think that's always a cool touch where you see the town leaders and everyone else being a part of it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we'll have. The fire engines are really, big time, and so we'll have Alton and Godfrey and
ambulances as
ambulances and Southwestern and whatever. So
now last year we had a really cool. The Dr. Vesta's Float last year was awesome. But has there been one that you guys remember over the years as nothing's going to top it? Because mine's whenever they made the paper mache Chucky. I don't know who did it. But I remember seeing that thing, and I was so young I had to have a Chucky doll right afterwards. And my dad was mad because we had to go to the store and buy me a Chucky doll because of how cool this thing looked.
I think the part that really gets my eye or catches my eye, a lot of other people too, are the Jeeps. The Jeeps come up so creatively decorated. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
But they're uniform, and that's what's
they're
cool.
uniform. They keep a tight formation as well, and those always impress me.
There's been some really great family floats too.
Yeah.
Over the years, and they've been pretty simple, but they're really, really cool because they usually have a little kid riding in a little trailer or something like that. So
the Montessori school does well too. I've always liked their additions lately when they're a part of it as well. With that being said, we'll take a quick break. We're going to come back, talk more about the parade, get into the nuts and bolts of it all, and have some fun here in the studio. 9:32. I got to pay my first bill of the morning. Coming back with more after this.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show. 9:30. You couldn't hear that. 9:35. A little bit of. It's my favorite part of the show. They always want to know what I'm saying before I come back on the air, but it'd get me fired in a heartbeat. With that being said, the talent of the Alton High School graphics department is just fantastic. And last year there was such a cool poster. This year is honestly one of my favorites, and I truly mean that, Steve. Who is the one that created this year's poster? Because it's beautiful.
Well, for years, probably for the last. Oh, I'm going to be guessing here. Probably for the last 20 years, the Alton Graphics Art Department has given a poster, and we have the students there that developed this poster. In fact, I have one here if I can show it.
Oh, please do. I'm going to try to find the online version.
I'll put it up here, and you can put it up online. But it was created by Nora Mifflin, who's a senior at Alton High. And
it's beautiful. It's so cool. I love the fact that you got McPike Mansion in there, and then you got the witch. It's simple and looks so cool at the same time. I love it.
It's got great contrast.
Yeah, it does. The colors
very easy to read and the like. So we'll be handing these out to our members of East End starting today, and we'll send them to all the businesses and try to get them to put this in their window.
Well, and I think it's great that you showcase the talent of local artists, too, and the young and inspiring artists, and giving them something to kind of achieve and inspire to. And then you have something to put in your resume, too, and say, look back at what we were able to do for the town here.
Absolutely.
Love this. And now, as we're getting into it, what time do you guys meet for your participants meeting?
We have a participants meeting on October 23rd. That's going to be
I
at
remember
the
these
Alton
things.
Moose. Very good, at 7 o'clock. So, yeah, I'll be sending out a note to everybody that is participating in the parade so far and those that are coming about the meeting. And there we'll talk about the route and the staging and the safety rules and such. So, short and sweet. But, again, the route is going to be on Broadway from Washington all the way down to Bell Street. Or I guess it's...
Piasa.
And Piasa, yep.
Well, and what I like about that, honestly, too, is the fact that it's a lot easier, I think, on your guys' volunteers and your parade staff, too, because you aren't going up a lot of hills. You know, they're manageable. Yeah. You know, and now the floats, too. I don't think, have we had one? We haven't had one breakdown last year, did we?
Boy, knock on wood.
We haven't had any. No, we haven't had any breakdown. That's why we have tow trucks throughout the parade.
No kidding. I've always wondered. I've never asked you.
No, we do. We do. That's our plan.
We have tow trucks, and that's the purpose of having tow trucks, just in case a float breaks down and they need a tow. One thing, when you're going back to the participants meeting, that's on, of course, the 23rd of this month, which is only 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. So we give out the participants' position at that meeting. So we'd like to have any application, if you're thinking about being in the parade, please get in contact with us, and Greg will give you the contact before probably next Friday, so we can get the lineups ready to go.
Well, and now what goes into curating and producing that lineup? Is it just? I know it's based on categories and groups like commercial, nonprofits, but in that, is it just do you kind of handpick where they go into that lineup from there?
Well, we take a look at, do they have music? Do they not have music?
Fair. Yeah.
We don't want to have someone with music right next to the band.
Makes sense.
And so we take a look at just exactly what they're putting in. Within the application, they have to define what their float's going to look like. So if they have music, that's a big key right there. We don't want a dance group next to a dance group. We like to separate, so if they have the same type business or whatever, then we'll try to separate them from that standpoint.
So that way you don't have any sign wars going on,
And we'll put the Cub Scouts with the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts and whatever.
I think it's really cool. And another fascinating component of this, and you guys don't see it during the broadcast, last year was a little cold. This year I don't think is going to be that bad. I think we're going to be looking pretty good.
It's going to be mild and dry, no doubt.
Yeah, and but what you guys couldn't see as I was trying to keep my hands warm last year was the work that judges do to actually judge. Like, I'm going to be honest, you think judging a Halloween parade is fun and games until you go see what all it details Take me through this. And can we don't want to name the judges, I don't think, this year, can we? For the sanctity of the parade?
No. They're basically spouses or friends or members of East End and such. But That's cool. They do a great job. They go through, and there's obviously in each of the different sections, there are some floats that are not judged, but others that are. Radio cars are not judged. But no, it is definitely challenging. And sometimes we had a tow truck last year, which we didn't think was going to be decorated, and sure enough, it was, and we had to reevaluate that whole group. So they do a great job. And then the awards get presented it'll be the first Tuesday in November at our East End meeting there.
That's really cool. I didn't, and we need to go to the East End meeting and get the photos of that, too, when they get presented awards. Why have I not done that yet, Steve?
Well, this is your opportunity.
There we go.
There you go.
I hate when I call myself out on the air, Greg. It's
You're
terrible.
invited.
Well, and now, is there still time if someone calls you and says we have
Absolutely.
the float and all that?
Absolutely.
The best way would be through email.
Okay.
So we have two emails. One that's going to be on the sign, which is eastendimprovementparades@gmail.com. And the other email historically has been used for the Halloween parade. We've tried to consolidate both the Memorial and the Halloween parade down to the East End Parade Gmail. The other one is Alton Halloween Parade @gmail.com.
Really cool. And we'll link those in an article on RiverBender.com so you guys know how to get a hold of them and how to email. But it's just amazing to me that you guys have your hands on both two of one of the oldest parades in their specific category, with the Memorial
in our
Day
little
parade.
town, yeah.
It's just incredible, and no one really understands that, I don't think. It doesn't get bragged about enough.
Yeah, well, East End Improvement Association has been doing the Halloween Parade since its inception back in 1916, as I mentioned. About 20 years ago, we started with the Memorial Day Parade, and we've been sponsoring that ever since. And that one is one of the oldest in the nation.
100% over. Well, and honestly, the Halloween parade can't be too far off. I mean, it really has to be top 5, top 3 at least.
Have to research.
I'm going to start. I'll be Howard Stern on this issue. I will call out every town that tries to say this. With that being said, for all of you that are looking for the broadcast details, if you can't make it out that day, I really encourage you to, though, be a part of the community, set up a chair, get there early to find your spot, and really just have some fun. But we're going to take off at 6:50 that night. We're going to chat for about 10 minutes until the parade starts and have some fun. And then Joe and I will bring you all the latest for a couple of hours and bring you the winners. And it's really one of my favorite nights of the year. It's such an easy show to do. And what I think is great is it's... okay, the first 2 years were kind of interesting because they didn't know the show too much, so they're like, who the hell is this kid that's just yabbing at me, So the comments have gotten nicer over the years as I have grown on them.
Good for you.
I guess. With that being said, is there anything else we need? Oh, logistics-wise, what time should we show up as participants, or if we're a part of like a cheer team or dance group and maybe we miss something and
we block off Broadway between Main and Washington at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
The parade starts at 7 o'clock. So we can start staging at 5 o'clock, but we kind of ask people to start coming in a little later than that, 5:30. That gives the individuals that are staging time to get set up and the like. So, between 5:15, 5:30 would be a good time to come on into the route. We do block off Main, so if you're not in the parade, that's going to be blocked off and you can't go through. So that's only for individuals that are in the parade.
Yeah,
so
that's actually a really good note.
Broadway of Main, actually, and that's the entrance into the staging area as well. Is you come from at Broadway and Main, and that's where we'll have individuals down there who will assist you with getting lined up correctly.
And we also will mention that if you have children that are going to be dropped off in the parade, you can drop them off at the police station. You can't park in the police station, but you can drop them off, and each participant should have a representative there if there's a lot of children to accept those kids, and then we will have golf carts to take them back to their float.
That's really cool, and that's it's really efficient too and safe that way also, and I think that's great to know. Hey CJ, how do I become a part of this really great group that puts on two of the most oldest, longest running parades in their respective fields? Join East End. How do we join East End? How do we help out this great group?
Our meetings are the first Tuesday of every month except July. We at 7 p.m. at the Alton Moose. If you're ever interested in joining our organization, it's come to a meeting.
Yes, and you can contact either one of us, and we'll be glad to lead you through. It's an easy process. We meet once a month as Greg mentioned, on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock and at the Moose Club. And
yeah. Well, and I think, I read so much about all these younger entrepreneurs now in our area and just younger folks that are doing some really great things. And I encourage them, really, guys, and look into the East End Improvement Association, be a part of this, because this is true history of Alton right here. I mean, they're and now I'm going to get yelled at, I'm sure, by one. I'm sure there's one out there. But as far as I'm concerned, truly, when it comes to organizations, the East End Improvement Association's one of the most deeply rooted throughout the history of Alton.
Well, actually, the East End Association really goes back to the 1800s.
Is it really?
And it was the old Tuverines, German, which was a society club, the Turners, and in 1869 we were incorporated. We changed our name to East End Improvement Association in 1921.
Wow.
So. Yeah, it's been around for quite some time.
It's incredible. So there's even more of an incentive to be a part of it too, and reach out. That's history. Yeah, 100%. And we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Anything else I'm missing about the parade right now?
I think you got it all.
I think you got a good job. Man, thank you for having us.
That's the only time I'll hear both of those things all day. 9:45, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock that was right after this, and we'll see you on Halloween night at 7 p.m. for the Alton Halloween Parade. And,
rain or shine.
And, quick, if you're can you not take the candy off my table this year? I was really bummed when I left and I had no candy. It just was taken. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Welcome back. 9:17. I'm early for once. I'm like feeling good about this. Normally I'm way behind, and I got it looks like I-270 out there, the traffic, because of how many people are waiting for their interview. Yeah. Not today. I'm rocking and rolling. Sorry for the lack of airflow down here, but we'll get through that together too. Oktoberfest is a staple event. And honestly, guys, I don't say this patronage you. I think it's the staple event of Alton, really, when it comes to fall.
Thank you.
Everyone looks forward to it. Everyone knows about it. And we are, if my math is correct, I'm going to try. How many years are we at this now? 2008, right?
This is our 18th annual.
I was going to be so wrong because I was going to say 23.
Not quite.
Well, and when it's 18 annual and you have all these generations that have built up this event, and now like we talked about before we came on, you're constantly adding new faces to the quote-unquote the Oktoberfest machine and establishing that. It's got to feel cool to have, at this point, some history behind the event and all the folks that help make it what it is today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
With that being said, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th are all for all of us to be entertained and have some fun. Where do we start?
Probably we could start with some of the new things that are happening.
Let's do it.
Several years ago, we started the run. We started with a 1 mile run, and then we expanded to the 5K. So this will be our third year of doing that 5K. And the numbers continue to grow. We're up to, I believe, 112 runners currently.
No kidding.
And
Wow.
we're shooting eventually for over 200. So we have plenty of room for growth.
You're going to hit it. You're going to hit it in no time. And did you think the run would be that, because when I always thought about it, I'm like, well, this is cool. But I'm not a runner, so I don't know the community too well or how those fun runs go. But was it one of those things after the first one, you guys realized this is something here?
I think so, because there are other runs around like Miles for Miso that draw hundreds of people.
Right.
And so we were hoping that those folks were also interested in having something unique, because Friday night is not a typical run night. And so to offer that as an introduction to the Oktoberfest weekend, and the fact that there are people who have never heard of Oktoberfest, but they saw the run and they're like, wow, this is an amazing thing that you guys have going on here. So that was very exciting to see that we're bringing in new people. And that's really the mission of Oktoberfest is that faith and family and bringing folks together from all walks of life.
Really cool. And now do we have to register ahead of time for the 5K?
You do, but you can also register on site that day of, because the run starts at 6 p.m. So we'll register you right up to that 6 p.m.
Gotcha.
mark. Mm-hmm.
Well, and this is really cool. You're taking a really cool course of Alton, and then there's age group awards a part of this as well. And then there's a party at the finish line. Fill me in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So once runners cross the finish line, they get a ticket for free beer, or if they're under 21, they get a drink. And we also have many options, including non-alcoholic, as well as sodas, and we'll also have shivers on site as well.
Nice.
Now, Friday it'll be just ice cream, but coffee begins Saturday. So please remember that Saturday, come down to Oktoberfest at 1 o'clock, and we'll start serving you your morning joe.
That's awesome. What else is new this year?
Well, on Sunday evening, we're going to have bingo. So we thought we'd try that in the gym. So in the evening, 5 to 8, we're going to have a traditional bingo in Settis Hall Gym.
Cool.
We've got that.
Now, real quick, have you guys done bingo before?
No, we haven't. Our youth group at our parish used to host it for a few years back, about 10 years ago or so, but we've not had it at Oktoberfest. Yeah,
this is going to be cool. Now, I heard bingo can get a little spicy in there.
They're intense.
I've heard some stories.
Intense, so we'll see how that goes.
Are there any prizes or anything a part of that?
Yeah, every round will either be sponsored by some company, or it'll be some type of monetary donation, and I believe there's going to be a final jackpot round as well, an all blackout card. So that would be definitely something to come in for towards the end of the evening.
You know what we should do next year? Why am I not doing a live broadcast from Oktoberfest on Saturday afternoon?
That would be amazing.
I think we need to throw that in. I'm sorry. I just we're out of nowhere. I'm like, why are we not here doing this? I've done everything else.
Sure. RiverBender usually shows up, but if you can come down there. 1 o'clock, we have the keg tapping on Saturday afternoon.
That's what I'm saying. We'll have to set that up, especially for next year if we can get it up, because this is too good of an opportunity not to film and showcase. And now with the keg tapping and everything else, I love the fact that there's some really cool sweepstakes, basket raffles, and auctions, and some of those are really cool features of the event itself. Care to fill me in on those?
Yeah, the sweepstakes has actually been a long time part of St. Mary's to raise some money, and we have a $10,000 grand prize and a $5,000 prize, in all the way. We've got 10 prizes for that, and the tickets are $25 each, or if you buy 4, we'll give you a 5th one free and a coupon for a local business. So, and those can be purchased all the way through 8 o'clock p.m. on Sunday. So you can buy them right there at the grounds, or you can go on to our Facebook, or not Facebook, but website and buy them right now. So you have a chance to win 10 prizes right there.
Okay, I'm totally in. You don't have to tell me 14 times. You just got to tell me once. And honestly, wanted to go a little bit further on that. If you buy 4, you get that 5th ticket free. Right. And then $10 coupon for Tony's or 9 holes walking it. Well, that's a great incentive.
Right,
I mean, really cool.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
We're very thankful for Tony's and Woodlands and Otto Butler for providing those.
Well, and I think it's such a testament too to what St. Mary's alum it really is made up of, and that's and just community supporters too along the way, and that's just some really great business owners and great community stakeholders too that have either come out of St. Mary's or have some connecting point there, whether it's their children or some other facet, and it really showcases through at Oktoberfest.
Right. So, right, and we have lots of sponsors that are local businesses too, and then just individuals, family members, people in the community, and parishioners that sponsor Oktoberfest too. So we're really thankful for all those sponsors and the businesses and the people in there.
So I was trying to find the sponsors, and I'll break the fourth wall here. I'm like, I'll find them, and then I realized that it's the whole entire back page of this pamphlet.
I do want to give a special shout out to Melody Hughes, who did a fabulous job, and we've broken records this year on the number of sponsors that we've had. We will be filling the entire festival grounds with folks who have shown their support to us, and so I'm just blown away by that in it alone.
Well, and see, that's what I think. So here, we'll go to the website real quick, because this is can I show the sponsors on there?
Absolutely.
Is that updated? Let me zoom in, because I got bad eyes. I know I'm young, but man, it's starting to wear on me like a Honda Civic. Chick Fritz is the first one, and it just goes down and down and down. Let me zoom out one last time and see if we can get that. But you can just see the list of them, and we'll put all of them in there or link that sponsorship section just so you guys can see all the community support. I mean, these are folks that are stepping up with $2,000 sponsorships and $1,000 sponsorships and $5,000 sponsorships, which goes so much further than anybody would realize because of just the pride that St. Mary's has in this event and the good it takes and the good that comes from it too.
Absolutely.
So you guys can see all of those and support all those local businesses and just the individuals. Give them a thank you too for making sure that you recognize their efforts to make this a great event and one that continues. And with that being said, how do we sponsor for next year? Can we call you now?
Absolutely. I will take sponsorship
Melody,
for 2026.
Good job, Melody. This is incredible. Makes me kind of envious that I'm not as good of a salesperson. Well, and this is what I think is cool. You got the silent auction, the basket raffle, bingo. What is karaoke? When is that starting, and how do we sign up?
That's Saturday. It's 7 to 10. Please show up.
I love that.
And if you have friends who are hardcore karaoke, please come down. It's open to the public. Anyone from 2 to 99 are welcome to join us in karaoke. And we'll have a light up dance floor. And I just think it'll be a wonderful evening. So we'll have snacks and beer, and it'll be a really good time, I think.
God, that's going to be awesome. Now, what's your go? Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
That's a good one. Do you?
My husband has Elvira.
Oh, that's always classic.
Yeah.
See, mine's family tradition. Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, yes.
Why not? Everyone always sings to that one. Phil, so on top of that, you have some great acts and some great bands that are going to be performing. Yes. Let's touch on those real quick, too.
Absolutely. So we kick it off with St. Louis Czech Express.
They're so good.
And we're always excited that they come back, and they'll be featured both Saturday and Sunday, I believe, yes. Mm-hmm. And then we welcome back Glendale Riders.
Friday night.
Awesome.
Friday night. There's our
the one and only
band.
Glendale Riders.
They're always our opening band, Friday.
And then we'll have the Dixie Dudes and Lady Luck, as well as Big Shake Daddy.
That's going to be awesome. And you can see that event lineup, too, over there at the website, stmarysoktoberfest.com. And really just full of entertainment. DJ Dave, 3 to 7, and the 5K entertainment on Friday. Glendale takes the stage. The Riders do 7 to 11 on that main stage. And then, so when the grounds open on Saturday and the kegs tap, take me to that experience, because that's a fun one.
Yeah, that's always fun. That's how we open,
right,
like they do in Germany, to have the keg tapping. And someone from the auction the year before, the silent auction, they bid and they win to be able to tap it. So we'll have someone from our parish who got that prize last year, and they'll tap the keg, and that beer runs free from that keg until it's empty. So it's a good time to be there, and we'll have our German band playing, the St. Louis Express there playing during that. So it's a great time to start it off right then at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Do we know who is going to tap the keg this year?
Steve Sands.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool. There you go.
He's a veteran at it too.
So, what is have you ever seen some pretty bad keg attempts, some keg tapping attempts at Oktoberfest? Or we have some pretty good keg tappers?
I think we have some pretty good keg tappers, and the people from Chick Fritz are there to help kind of along so that we don't have any disasters.
Well, my problem, if I won, I'd be too nervous. I'd be like, no, I'm just going to give it to somebody else. I don't want to be the guy that ruins the momentum here. Well, and as we were talking about Saturday with the keg tapping too, just to give you those times, the St. Louis Express is 1 to 4 on the main stage, Dixie Dudes 2 to 5 on the festival stage, Lady Luck 7 to 11. That's a great band. They do a wonderful job. And then DJ Dave takes it over from 7 to 10 on the festival stage with karaoke too on Saturday night. That's going to be awesome. Sunday, the Big Shake Daddies 12:30 to 4, St. Louis Express 12:30 to 4 on 2 separate stages, and then Behavior Intervention is 5 to 8 p.m. on the main stage. That's going to be cool. Are they new?
They are.
Cool. Really cool. Whose band? How we get that connection?
So last year we had Flip the Frog, and there was some reorganization, and so we have Behavior Intervention.
Gotcha. Really cool.
I think it's really going to be great. The music that I've heard is wonderful. It's more in line with my age group, though. So, but they can play all kinds of different songs. So.
I'm telling you, my generation is starting to get in with the older generation's music sound.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, it's not the computer anymore, That's true. With that being said, take me through the games and the entertainment for the kids, because this is where you guys always have knocked it out of the park. There's something for literally every child to have fun with all night and all day.
Yeah, so we'll have the inflatables out there on 3rd Street again. We'll have them for the toddlers on up till teenagers, and then the whole square at Henry and 3rd Street will be filled with children's games all weekend for them to play at. We're trying a little bit on Friday night too, right, Ryan?
Yeah, one of the things with the run was that we had folks coming out like, what do my kids do before and just a little bit afterwards, and we still have a bit of daylight, so we'll be having inflatables open from about, I believe, 5 until 8 o'clock as well. And so that's a brand new thing that we're bringing back, that we're doing.
I love it. How much are the tickets for inflatables and all that information? Are there package deals with that too?
There are. If you just want to show up Friday night, it's $10. Otherwise, we do have 3-day wristbands, which kind of includes the Friday night. That's $35. If it's just one day that you want to pick, Saturday or Sunday, it's $25.
Really cool. That's really affordable too, and I think that's great for especially younger families to know that there's a really great event going on that you don't have to break the bank for, to have your children have fun.
Yeah, and then all the games are $1 each, so that's a pretty good price too. So
that is really good. I could never win on any of those things. I think I won a Little Debbie snack cake once on the cakewalk, and I won the participation prizes. That's what I should say.
I do want to highlight too that the prizes have been revamped this year, so
cool.
The prize room's going to look a little bit different. There's actually a couple of baskets exclusive to kids games, and so kids can play the games, earn beads, go into the prize room, and they'll be able to drop in their beads for a chance to win a couple of different baskets.
No kidding. That's awesome. I just love how you guys keep evolving this, and it just keeps getting cooler and cooler. With that being said, why don't we do this? We had a lot more to talk about. We'll take a quick break. It's 9:32. A little bit of change. We'll come back, talk with more of St. Mary's Oktoberfest with Ryan and Carolyn, right after this on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
And don't rock the jukebox. Wanna hear George Jones? 'Cause my heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stones. I don't feel.
Welcome back, 9:35. A little bit of change. You're on a delay, but that's okay. We're back with Carolyn and Ryan and talking all about St. Mary's Oktoberfest. My math was wrong. I'm glad I never even gave my calculation until after 18 years now. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So you were telling me about your wine area or wine selection before we were coming back?
Yeah, we're very excited that we have a whole back area dedicated to the wine tent. And so we're going to include more varietals. Believe we have about 10 different types of wine, and it ranges from sweet to dries for both white and reds. We also have a wine tasting this year. You can taste 4 different wines for $12.
No kid. What time is that? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, they open
it's
Friday.
all day.
Yep, it's all day Friday.
It's all day. Mm-hmm. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Now, what's this paint and sip too with these pumpkins? This sounds fun. I'm in. Like, you got me a wine.
So we had a generous donation by Greenfields Farm. They're donating pumpkins to us. And last year we had the pumpkin painting, and we still have that. But we're also going to include paint and sip, where you can paint a pumpkin or take a pumpkin home and get a glass of wine for $12 as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
we
is
have
so
the pumpkins
cool
for both the kids and the adults now, so yeah.
Well, and don't just think the games are for the kids too. The adult gaming area has been a huge hit.
It has, yeah. It's really kind of taken off the last few years. So we've got that area with the States Wheel, the
Chuck-a-luck.
the Chuck-a-luck, pull tabs. They'll be walking through the grounds with the pull tabs.
And Friday night, at least, we will have blackjack as well.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I think is really cool, because you're able to do these things within your, whether it's the church community, your school community, or just, your friends and family that from, within the community. So it ties in all those different assets and really creates something unique that you don't see very often anywhere else. I love it. So let's talk food. That's what the folks want to hear about, Carolyn and Ryan. I know the skillets are...
The skillets are, you have to have a German skillet.
If you
with
don't,
the sausage and potatoes.
You aren't Oktoberfesting.
Right, right.
So is that coming back, I'm guessing?
Yes, we'll have the skillets there on Saturday and Sunday. Go ahead.
And our chef, Paul Yost, who has been there many, many years. We always thank him for his efforts too with Tycon building, because without him, we wouldn't have some of these great options. So
100%.
Those guys are over those skillet grills all weekend, So the skillets are there on Saturday and Sunday. And then we have frankfurters, bratwurst, turkey legs, corn on the cob, if you're not into the German food. So we got turkey legs, corn on the cob, loaded potatoes. So those are always there. All kinds of snacks this year. We've got nachos and pretzels, a couple different kinds of pretzels. Yeah. And then, of course, Shivers, like we said, is going to be there. The KCs come and they have orange floats, and the Knights of Columbus come and they have orange floats and root beer floats there. Hamburgers. Just about anything you want. Yeah, so, yeah.
If your child cannot find something to eat...
It is true.
Okay. With that being said, the sweepstakes drawing is at 8:15 on Sunday. You still have a chance to get your tickets now to win $10,000 or 5.
Yeah, 9 other prizes.
Or 9 other prizes. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're looking pretty good here in the month of October. A lot of chances to win. You buy 4 tickets, you receive a 5th ticket free and a $10 coupon or another voucher as well, with some really cool incentives on it. More details on that Oktoberfest website. How much are tickets again?
$25 each, or if you buy 4, we'll give you the 5th free.
I love it. And then the new traditional bingo is coming into Oktoberfest as well. That's 5 to 8 p.m. with prizes throughout each round, correct, Ryan? Where are we at now? What else should we be talking about here? Because we've already gone through the gauntlet, but now I got to ask if did we hit everything before we start talking Oktoberfest fun?
And don't forget about the silent auction and the basket raffle. So we have both of those in the items for the silent auction can be seen in Suddes Hall and also on our Oktoberfest website, stmarysoktoberfest.com, and the bidding's online for the silent auction. Mm-hmm. And then we have the basket raffle in Suddes Hall Gym. And those items can be seen Saturday and Sunday, but you can start bidding on the silent auction 6 o'clock on Friday evening.
Really cool. And then one of the big things that I think is such an amazing feature of Oktoberfest is the masses in the church that are at 6:30 and 8, and then the outdoor anniversary mass in the grass, which is just a fantastic service to be a part of. What time is that?
So that's at 11 o'clock on Sunday. This is the 167th anniversary of St. Mary's Parish.
It's incredible.
Alton. Yeah, so we celebrate that at the Mass in the Grass at 11 o'clock in the Garfield or Barth Park. People like to call it both things, so I put Garfield Barth Park, 11 o'clock on Sunday.
Well, and now with that, if you haven't gone yet, seriously, it's such a cool experience to be a part of, to do it in a different setting. Mm-hmm. And it seems like it just is always full each and every year, and it just grows too, which is amazing to see. And now with that being said, we're on the St. Mary's Oktoberfest website, and I just am getting nosy. Can I look at some of these items up here? Or?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. All righty. Let's pull this up.
And we have some of the items up, but there's going to be a lot more. So, yeah.
Wow. And then just really cool Notre Dame tickets, a private film screening,
St. Louis Blues tickets.
Wow, Tony's gourmet dinner items. This is really cool.
Yeah, right.
Well, and then Wine Wednesday with friends. That sounds really cool too. And there's going to be more added to this.
Yes,
correct?
There'll be a lot more added this week as they get all the items together and up. So, yep.
Well, and then that on your screen is that sweepstakes bundle. Those are available for purchase on that same link where you buy 5 for $100. You can also get 1 for $25, and then. This is the bid to become the next year keg tapper, correct?
Right. Somebody needs to beat Steve Sands out.
Has he been a repeater?
Yes.
Oh, wow. He's not losing.
Very generous, so yeah.
Very generous.
Very generous, lovely man. Yeah.
Well, and now what does all this go back to? I think is kind of good to hit on too. After it's all said and done, where do you hope, the sweepstakes and some of these funds generated to go to? Is it the event? Is it the overall school? For the folks that are curious.
Yeah, so that St. Mary's Oktoberfest benefits both the parish and the school. And so we have these old buildings that need to upkeep, but also some of the programs that go on at the school and updates to the church and parish to keep everything running. So I think Ryan does a great job of that, helping the parish, with this Oktoberfest, running this and getting that all together. I don't know if you have any other at the school, because you have children. You have a child at the school yet, so you might know things. But
yeah, I mean, we're always in need of supplies and making sure that we have all the technology. As you know, AI and all of this is catching up, and so we kind of have to make sure that we have computers that work, and so all of that requires a lot of resources. And since St. Mary's is a private school, we make sure that we have everything that our kids need. And this is what this does, is it helps support both the school and the parish and make sure that we have our buildings intact, new roofs, and that everyone is safe and healthy.
Well, and see, it's a good note because you guys don't get the, public school funding, to provide those opportunities. So you have to roll up the sleeves and get creative and put on fun events to make sure that happens. And the educational experience alone is just top notch at St. Mary. You guys have had just a great run lately. The athletics programs are doing awesome. Yes. And Principal Mary's doing just a wonderful job there too. I love her and all the teachers you got. And what I think is cool is to see the younger teachers that are starting to come in through St. Mary's. I know, like I mentioned Grace all the time, but she's doing great, and other folks that are walking in the door and being a part of it.
A few of the teachers went to school there, and now they're teaching there. So yeah,
it's so cool. So
sisters, yeah.
Is there any way we can pick up merch at Oktoberfest the day of the event, or is that all done?
Starting Saturday, you can start picking up merch. As we'll also have an online store if you have particular styles or sizes that you need. So that will be available at our merch tent, and we'll also have the OMVs coming in from Boston to do a little bit of
that'll be really cool.
Like advertisement and filming, and so we're really excited to feature them too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. One of the priests and someone else who works with the Oblates there in Boston will be doing that.
Is Father Jim coming back into town?
That I don't know.
Oh, come on! I was hoping for some breaking news.
Father Paul Callell, though, right?
Yeah.
He's a local boy from New Jerseyville, so people know that name, Callell. So
that's really cool. I love this. Before I let you go for now, what's your favorite? I know there's so many different components. What's your favorite part of this as an organizer and as somebody who's actively involved with the event? Because everyone's having fun. Like me, we don't have a care in the world. Life's easy. But for you guys, is there a moment where you kind of are able to take that deep breath and go, we hit it out of the park again this year?
I think just overall, as you're there, and working towards the goal too, just the parish, the people at the church, at the school, and the community just coming together, working together, getting this off, whenever we think, somebody always comes through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so just watching everybody do that. Also the Mass in the grass at 11 o'clock when you turn around and look at everybody there, and usually it's a beautiful day. And all our priests, our fathers there. It's just a wonderful experience to be there and just to see, our faith and our community at work. So.
Absolutely. It's going to be another beautiful weekend. 75, 75, and 78. And then by Friday night and Saturday night, you're in the low 50s and life's looking really good.
Perfect Oktoberfest weather.
It really is. Before I let you go, what's the best way to stay up to date on any last minute additions or any of that good stuff?
Yeah, please visit our website at St. Mary's, Oktoberfest.com, and you'll find links to everything that you need, including the run, including the sweepstakes, including basket raffle, even volunteering. We have all of the links there too.
Right. There's to make sure you click on those pull down menus because everything's there. If you missed what bands are going to be there when and things like that, that's all there on those pull down menus on the website.
Really cool. Awesome. I need you to get 5 tickets, okay, for the sweepstakes too. While you're at it, while you're at your office today, get 4, get the 5th free for $100 online at that Oktoberfest website, and then by 8/15 you could be $10,000 richer and support St. Mary's and just have fun this weekend. I'll see you there. Ryan will see you there. Carolyn will see you there. Yeah. I'll see you there. Quick break. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. More show next.
20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3585 3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Love that song. 10:19, welcome back. Daily Show on Party Day 10:10. That's not the time. It's the 10th day of the 10th month. I have like a weird comb over going on today. Not a good hair day. Here's what you need to know as this 10 o'clock hour rolls on through, and make sure you stop by St. Mary's tonight for Oktoberfest. And go have a good time. I'll see you there this weekend at some point in time, and I hope one of you win the $10,000. Actually, before I do my news brief, why don't I just take you to Marquette? I mean, you can win $10,000 this weekend. $10,000 this weekend, okay? October 12th. October 12th, you can win the $10,000. And on October 25th, you could win $50,000. Let me look at you. Dollars. Why aren't you a part of this? I mean, think about this. You buy one ticket for $50, you buy two for $100, you get one free. That is 3 chances at literally year-changing money. I won't say life-changing because it's just the way the money is right now. But this is year-altering money right here. $50,000. Think about this. You win, okay, debt, for the most part, if you're like me, gone, completely gone. Boom, gone, vanished, without a trace. And then you're starting fresh. Or your debt's already paid off, you Ramseyed it up, congratulations, you won. Then you have a great Christmas, you have a great vacation, or you have a great investment account right then and there with $50,000. You got to go to marquettecatholic.org/mega raffle. That's marquettecatholic.org/mega raffle. And I'll see you on October the 25th. When one of us wins $50,000. Top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know. Make sure you download that RiverBender.com app today. You'll never miss out. Join myself and over 80,000 people in the know each and every day of the work week with Around the Riverbend. We'll take you right to Jerseyville first. Deputy Chief Scott Wolfel officially did retire from the Jerseyville Police Department on October the 9th, and it culminated a distinguished 22-year career. Just incredible. In an emotional farewell, Wolfel expressed gratitude to the community, fellow officers, dispatchers, and especially his family, including his son and fellow officer Nick. He reflected on the honor of serving Jerseyville and urged officers to respect the uniform and prioritize safety. Nick Wolfel, his son, praised his father's legacy, highlighting the impact that he has had on the department and the community. Deputy Chief Wolfel's retirement marks the end of an era, and it leaves behind a lasting legacy of dedication and service to the Jerseyville region. Congratulations on your retirement. Also in the news today, we'll take you right to Godfrey for that updated story on the speed bumps and humps ruling. And here's what we know. Godfrey trustees this week did table a policy guiding the future use of speed bumps and humps to deter speeding on residential streets throughout the village. As officials sort through the details, the item is set to return for another vote in 2 weeks. The policy defines the differences between a, quote, permanent speed hump and a, quote, temporary street bump, end quote. While both are 3 to 4 inches tall platforms, they're aimed at reducing vehicle speeds, the two contrast in actually a few key ways. Permanent speed humps are installed in fixed positions and are longer and flatter and more gradual than speed bumps. Their goal is to promote traffic flow while safely reducing vehicle speeds. Temporary speed bumps, they're portable and typically only used for a limited trial period. A speed bump is significantly shorter and less gradual than a speed bump, and as a result, it forces much more significant reduction in vehicle speeds due to a more disruptive jolt when traveling across it. Now, Godfrey residents, they previously complained about speeding in their neighborhoods and have consistently called for more traffic safety measures, including speed bumps and or humps and other possible solutions. Village engineer Rich Moran initially advised against using speed bumps and humps due to the issues that were expected to be caused with snowplows. However, he wrote in a September 30th memo that more recent testing by the village's street department has shown that speed humps will only have a minor effect on the speed of snow removal operations. After multiple complaints and sightings of drivers speeding through Glazebrook Park, the street department installed a speed hump in the park with the intention of installing more on streets across Godfrey. The traffic calming devices quickly generated interest after the first residential speed hump was installed on Levis Lane. Before any more speed humps or bumps are installed in Godfrey, Moran and his staff drafted a policy outlining the process to request speed reduction devices to be installed on a particular street. And at Tuesday's village board meeting, trustees voted to table an item approving the policy to allow them and the village attorney more time to look over the details. So there's more of this write-up. It's a detailed write-up, but one that we told you that we would be bringing you an updated story to at the 10 o'clock hour news brief, and that's what you need to know at this time. The item was tabled until the next village board meeting on October 21st. You can watch that at RiverBender.com/video on October 21st if you're interested, or you can see the meeting from October the 7th at RiverBender.com/video underneath the government tab. Also in the news today, 2 Alton residents have been charged with serious domestic battery offenses. Here's what we know. Brian R. Delp Sr., 62, faces charges including criminal damage to property and domestic battery after allegedly pushing a family member to the ground and causing over $500 in damage to personal items. Meanwhile, 38-year-old James Stewart, charged with aggravated domestic battery and a repeat domestic battery offense after allegedly assaulting a family member, an incident recorded on video. Stewart has a previous attempted murder conviction from 2006. Both men have been remanded to jail and will keep you updated if more details do emerge. Let's take a look at weather today. Man, not much different than 9-10 when we did this the last time. It's 56 degrees in downtown Alton, and it feels like it. Today, variable cloudiness, a couple of thunderstorms this morning, followed by a shower in spots this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, but now I know why I can't breathe today. The air quality is not good. It keeps rising. It's 78 right now, and that'll only get worse throughout the day. Take a Claritin if you need to. Temperatures reach only 72 degrees today. They're going to keep lower in that, and it's going to drop down to 52 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, cloudy skies, a high of 76, a low of 48 degrees. On Sunday, a high of 78, a low of 53. On Monday, a high of 81, a low of 59. And on Tuesday, a high of 77, a low of 57. And that, my friends, is a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 56 degrees in downtown Alton. 1026 is your time. It feels like 56 out there. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break, and then let's come back and talk about this speed bump issue. I mean, this isn't a Godfrey-specific issue. The speeding around the municipality area, especially in towns, is just ridiculous. And I want to come back and chat about that for a few, because I think it's time that not just Godfrey, but I mean, all these towns need to really get something together here, because someone's going to get hurt bad. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk about it right after this.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Lord, I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Lord, I ain't been lonely since you said goodbye. Wish I could say I miss you.
Welcome back. Daily Show. So, I don't know. I just wanted to come back to this. This issue of speeding, and just chat about it for a couple of seconds. I don't know how you guys feel about this, and to me, I don't know. I feel like we're at a point now. So, it's kind of ridiculous that we even have to talk about this. I mean, if you truly think about it, it's absolutely ridiculous. We're talking about using government funds, whatever, for speed humps and bumps, when people could just do the right thing. You know, the problem I have isn't about using the devices or paying for them at all. That's great. Get those devices out there and minimize the speeding going on in residential areas. And the problem is, though, if people just did what they needed to do, obey the speed limit, we wouldn't be here. I mean, it's amazing to me. I mean, so a lot of times you see it on West Del Mar all the time, and it doesn't matter what part of town you're in. It could be Alton or Godfrey's. West Del Mar, it's treated the same like a freeway. The speed limit isn't 65. The speed limit's 45. You go into a residential neighborhood, it's 20 miles an hour. I don't care that you're late for work. They don't care that you're late for work. They don't care about what you're running late to. No one does. It's not their fault that you can't time out your morning accordingly or your afternoon. And what I think's amazing is just seeing some people that almost want just to drive reckless like it's a badge of honor. Pull them over. Pull them over. If you start to ticket people, if you start to pop them, and folks see that every day there's someone getting pulled over for speeding, they're not going to speed on the street anymore. And it's not me going after God. It's a Riverbend issue. I mean, you go into Alton, especially on Elm Street around those curves by McKinley School, folks are going 40 miles an hour through there. And don't tell me I'm wrong. I see it every day. We see these folks run red light after red light. And we have way too much going on. I'm not saying that we need to strap resources right to traffic violations because that's only going to anger folks with tickets. But it comes to a point where maybe it's time to start sitting some folks out there and just popping them for speeding. I mean, it's ridiculous to me that we have to recreate the wheel and instead of just holding somebody accountable. That's all I'm getting at here. I mean, I think it's great, especially around neighborhoods. You need these speed humps. You need them. But that's only one part of the equation because everyone knows where the speed bumps are. They're going to slow down, they're going to creep over them, and then they're going to speed up again. That's life. If they know that there's a chance they're going to get a ticket for speeding and going 40 miles an hour in a neighborhood, going double over the speed limit, there's a different thought process that goes through your head. It's, I don't want to get ticketed. Just like you and I'll let's be honest, let's talk as adults. How many times do you go out somewhere and if you know of the area you're going to, and I'm not going to pinpoint any town, but if you know that there's a specific place where it's not responsible even to have a half of a beer in 3 hours of a duration and drive home because of the amount of police and just, you don't want to take that chance. You're going to do the same here with speeding. You aren't going to go, I'm going to go 90 miles an hour down West Delmar and go through 2 red lights on the way to work. It just doesn't make sense. And so the bottom line I have with this is why I love the roundabouts that are coming in. You're forced to slow down. There's nothing you can do. Go ahead and go 60 miles an hour through it. They'll get you later. It's, and so for all the folks that are, man, we just shouldn't have this. I can count every morning watching folks run the red lights. And it's not a hand count. It's not a 2-hand count. It's multiples. And it's just amazing to me. So the bottom line is, I'm not placing blame on a government or a municipality or a board. It's needed. But if we just did the right thing, we wouldn't have to even waste time doing this. I mean, it's just that simple. And, for all the folks out there going, well, this is ridiculous that you're calling for more police to be on the street. And it should be that way. It should. If you're speeding and you're going 50 or 70 miles an hour on a 45, you need to be ticketed. You are driving recklessly. You're driving recklessly on a 1-lane road. And it's no different in Alton on College Avenue. For as many stop signs as that street has, to see folks going as fast as they are, driving next to a middle school is abhorrent. And the police do a great job of being down to that middle school during the morning. I mean, you aren't going to mess around there, but it's all throughout town. And, the thing is, it's not like it's the biggest thing in the world. And when it comes to issues, right? There's, speeding is, comparatively speaking, not all the way up here. We're probably somewhere here. However, it's a quality of life thing. I mean, don't you want to be able to go walk your dog or take a walk with your family and not have to worry about a car losing control going around a curve? So, I mean, I don't know what the solution is. Mine is you ticket them. Mine is you pull people over. Mine is you do preventative maintenance. When folks start to realize that tickets are getting thrown out, they're going to stop. They're going to stop. And you can say, well, CJ, they're going to know where the cop is and they're just going to slow down there every time and start taking off again. It's move a location. You're here one day, go a little bit further down the road and just say, we got you. That's all I'm saying here. I mean, great to have all these devices, but if we were just responsible adults and realized it's okay to be late because we aren't in New York City. We aren't working in, the governor's office. We aren't working at the White House. We're small town America. We're middle town America. It's okay to be a few minutes late. We aren't the most important people in the world. We wouldn't have to worry about this. I don't know. My thoughts, 9:37. Let me know. We'll take a quick break. Come back with more next.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Welcome back. 9:19. A little bit of change. Jamie Goebel back in studio. It is warm down here today.
It is a little toasty.
We're going to get through this together, though, and I really appreciated the first time we had you on talking all about Medicare and with Medicare insurance techs, and this time of the year, I'm sure, is when you're already getting a lot of emails and a lot of correspondence, but now with, the government shutdown, I'm sure people have a lot of questions and see if it affects them.
It's getting crazy.
So fill us in. Let's kind of talk right about, though, where we should start, and that's Medicare AEP. So what does AEP stand for?
So it's open enrollment. Our annual enrollment period is what it's technically called. So it is October 7th through December 15th. That's where anybody who's on a Medicare Advantage plan can kind of move around, check other carriers to see if there's something else they like better.
Well, and now with that being said, are there any plans or benefits that are changing this year that folks need to be on the lookout for?
Tons of them.
Oh, really?
So there's all different carriers out this year. So there's a new carrier that's their second year. It's devoted. Then there's Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana, Blue Cross, Molina, WellCare. There's so many of them.
Really?
They're all competing with each other.
And now what does that look like from a consumer standpoint? What do you look out for in that, or what do you work on with you?
So I would look up their doctors and their medications, and this year, if they have a chronic condition, they're eligible for more stuff. If they have Medicaid, they're eligible. They could be eligible for like food and actually getting help with utilities and gas, all kinds of stuff.
Well, and now how would we just find that out? By just going through you and just giving out our qualifications or giving out those kind of that set criteria?
Yep. So it goes by your zip code, your county, your Medicare number, Medicaid, all that good stuff. Help with medications this year is really a big thing.
Well, and see, that was one that we talked about the last time around, too, was it just seemed like there were folks that, were overpaying for their prescription because they weren't in the plan that they really needed to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, and now with that being said, too, some people who have TRICARE or Medicaid could get money back from the Part B premium. Is that true?
Yes, that is correct.
So what
if
is
they're
that?
eligible.
So what's that mean? Just for to break it down to layman's terms for someone like me to understand if that makes sense.
So with Medicaid, they could be eligible from the state, so Medicaid could pay their Part B premium.
Wow.
When it comes to TRICARE, there are certain plans that will give you money back on your Part B premium.
Really? So How much savings is that typically? Is it just per person? Is that dependent on the case?
It depends on the eligibility.
Okay. And now, do you have any upcoming opportunities, too, for folks to kind of start looking at all of this? Because it seems like now would be the best time to start doing it with that period starting October the 15th. Let's start talking about it and getting ahead of the game a little bit.
So I have a couple meetings here, 2 of them in October, the 9th and the 23rd. They start at 6 p.m. November, I have 2 on the 13th and the 27th, same time. And December is the last one on the 4th before the end of it.
What I think is really important, though, is just hearing how you talk about, Medicare and how you talk about the industry. It's very A to B, and that's really how it should be, for folks that, like me, that don't understand, and that way there's no gray area, there's no fog. It's just, here's here's where we're at, here's what you qualify for, and then let's get everything else taken care of, and that's really how simple it should be.
Yeah.
Well, and now, how long have you been in the industry, just for the folks that are getting refamiliarized with you?
8 or 9 years, I do believe it's been.
So you've pretty much seen everything that you can see when it comes to the
Yes, it
the
keeps changing. Every year it changes.
Well, and now, how does someone get started, I think, is another really important topic, too. If they've never been enrolled, or maybe it's time, what's that process look like, and how do you do it?
So if you're getting ready to turn 65, you would get in contact with the Social Security office and see, they'll tell you how much your check's going to be and all that good stuff. Or you've been disabled for 2 or more years, you could call them and see if you're eligible, because they're already getting a disability check.
Okay. And now, how does that process work through you? So after you figure out where they're at, let's say it's 65, or let's say, the disability for 2 years and they qualify that way. What's that next step on the ladder? How long does this process take to get set up and enrolled? Is it as easy as, a day, a couple of days, or what's that turnaround time look like?
So anything that we talk about now in a meeting, we would go through all their medications and all their doctors and the hospitals they like to go to, and every plan that we set up now is going to start January 1st.
Really good to know. And so that way, too, if someone's turning 65, like right when January rolls around, or, right when that period starts, are they eligible, or do they have to be 65 to call you and start the process?
They don't have to be 65 to call and get information, no.
Okay. And now, with that being said, why don't we do this? We're just now started talking plans and benefits that are changing this year a little bit. We mentioned that. We also talked about some upcoming meetings. We're going to circle back after a quick little break, and we're going to come back, talk a little bit more about this, and start answering some questions, too, for everybody right after this on Riverbender and Roku TV.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't.
927, welcome back, Daily Show. On a Monday, we're back with Jamie Goebel, Medicare Insurance Techs. What's the best way to reach out to you and get everything started, or to learn more about upcoming meetings?
I would say just call me. That's the easiest way.
Well, and a lot of this too, and I'm sure you get this quite a bit. Maybe somebody has recently been, widowed, or they lost their partner, significant other, or they're just, kind of on their own with not all. It can be overwhelming for one person to handle. So what do you kind of recommend for somebody that's a little bit nervous because, we've heard these words on television all the time, and now it is time to get enrolled?
Oh, yeah, because they have so many ads going out, and they call them constantly. What I would do, I go to a lot of people's homes. They feel more comfortable there and just sit down and talk to them about it. And the good thing about these plans is you're not stuck. So if you don't like this plan, come January, you have from January 1 to the end of March, which is OEP, where you can move around.
Is that open enrollment period?
Yep. After annual enrollment.
That's really good to know. And now, if someone wants to set that up, do you just recommend calling your office or emailing you to set up a time to meet at home if that is what's most comfortable?
If that's what's more comfortable for them.
Well, and when you're meeting with clients, I know it's a lot of times it's so specific to that individual because of just the way this all breaks down. But is there, a moment where how you can see kind of in that first consultation that it's all starting to make sense? Because to me, I'm telling you, I'd be sitting there just looking at you going, this sounds pretty good, and because it's foreign to me,
Sometimes they just have to give the plan a trial run. If they don't like it, then I can come back and they can try something else. But I'm always there to answer the phone if they have any questions about if a claim doesn't go through, or if they need help getting their medications and they don't qualify for extra help. We can always call the carrier and get them on a plan so they can pick up their prescriptions for $0, and then they can have a payment arrangement with their drugs.
That makes sense. And now, who should consider attending these events? I mean, I know obviously for the folks that are in that age category, but what about caregivers or family members or someone that's going to be, in the know, so to speak, about the estate, and then, maybe power of attorney and all that important stuff later on?
Definitely, because I'm my mother's power of attorney. So if you have a power of attorney that shows up that can constantly remind somebody who's having memory issues, that's good too.
Well, and see, that's really great to note. And how much space is available for these upcoming meetings? Are they limited?
There's usually about 10 or 15.
Okay. And just to go into the meeting a little bit more, what should folks bring with them to make it easier on them?
So they can I'll have booklets that I hand out, and I'll give them my cards. A lot of times they want to set up a meeting that's one-on-one, so we're not discussing their personal information after that, but it's just general information about what's going on.
Well, it's that first step, which I think is the most important one too. And as you've been doing this, have you seen the room starting to fill up pretty good when it comes to these events that you're putting on?
Yes, it's been getting busy. Yeah.
Well, that's really good to know too. And honestly, what I think is important to know is for everyone else is that you've been working with so many folks across all walks of life that with your experience, there's not going to be one individual that you haven't heard of that type of story before. That what we're working with story before.
Yep, and I'm licensed in Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, and Florida.
Oh, really?
All over.
That's really good to know, too. Okay, so with that being said, let's go a little bit back into the plans and benefits, because you said they're changing this year. Now, are they major changes, or are they ones that you got to kind of look for to notice the change?
It kind of depends on the plan. Some of them are major changes. Some of them are not a big deal. It's all just plan specific.
Okay. Well, and now, how do people know if they're getting all the benefits they qualify for? Is that going to be just dependent on if you're doing your due diligence and we're doing our due diligence and homework?
Yes, I think you should definitely check every year, because since I've been doing this, in the last few years, they've changed drastically.
Really? That's actually, well, and see, that's good to know. And even if you're already signed up for Medicare, in these, you should still probably go to go to the class or one of your seminars too, and just learn a little bit more in those programs.
Yeah.
Really good to note. Okay. So what are some of the misconceptions that people have about Medicare coverage? Is there anything that you can kind of, that you get on the phone a lot? I don't want to put you on the spot with it, because I know that
It's they think it's one size fits all.
Okay.
Like if my neighbor has this, why don't I have this? Well, because you don't have Medicaid, or that's what it is.
That makes sense. And because I hear that a lot too, where through the family members and all of that, where hey, he qualifies or she qualifies for that, so why am I not qualified for it? Very fascinating. And now, whenever we talk about the upcoming meetings and everything else, when do you you recommend folks kind of act on that first meeting? Because to me, it's one of those where you want to just kind of get this process done. The more you wait, the more stress it causes. Are you pretty good about turnaround time after that first, initial consult meeting?
Yeah, I usually, if they come to meetings, they usually make an appointment with me right there.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay. With that being said, let's go back over the dates and times again. So October the 9th, that's going to be here before we know it. That is Thursday. I had to guess.
Yeah.
I didn't have my calendar in front of me. 6 to 7 p.m. right here at the Teller Room, which is the community center. It's the Teller Room.
I actually moved it upstairs in my office.
Really? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What's your office?
511.
511, and so you just go to the 5th floor, and then you'll see it right there on floor 5, correct? And just head right into the Riverbender building and take the elevator. That's October the 9th. I like that you moved it up to your office. That's a really great spot. And then October the 23rd, that's 6 to 7. All these meetings are. And then November the 13th, November the 27th, and then December the 4th is that last opportunity, correct? And then what's the best way to email you?
You can do Jamie Goebel, MIT at gmail.com.
Okay, and then before I let you go to, and we're going to link that email, I wanted to ask you about just part A and B, just a generic, what's it cover? Because that's wherever I get confused. And I know I don't even have to think about this for quite some time, but whenever I hear it on television, I'm like, well, let's break this down a little bit for maybe just the simple terms.
So A is for hospital, B is for medical, D is for drugs.
Okay. So like hospital, like stays and all of that, and then is medical appointments and
doctors, yeah.
I'm getting this figured out, Jamie. And if I can figure it out that quick, I know that Jamie will take care of you and you guys will be off rocking and rolling. What else should we talk about right now when it comes to this?
Well, just try to get prepared, even if you're already in a Medicare Advantage plan or already have whatever you have with your prescription drugs. I would just call whoever your agent is or call me and we can go over it.
That's really important to note. And we'll see you October the 9th or the 23rd. And then we'll see you in November. On November the 13th, November the 27th, and December the 4th in Suite 511 at the Riverbender building. Just go up to floor 5 and just head right over into Jamie's office. And we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Jamie, thanks so much for stopping by.
No problem. Thank you.
And then if you wanted to put a note in here, shouldn't have ended yet, with the Social Security office, if folks have any questions about this, is that the best place to call?
When they're going to start, yeah.
Okay, and that number is 618-225-7967. That's 618-225-7967. Jamie, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, leak everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Your Monday morning continues right after this quick one on Roku TV.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh no, feeling alright. I'm not feeling too good, yellow girl.
10:57. We're wrapping up a Friday. Man, that was smooth. Good job, CJ, on that editing. Okay, welcome back to our daily show. I don't know. I played the Medicare thing because I want you guys to get your parents and get your significant other, get yourselves taken care of when it comes to Medicare. There's a lot of things that you're missing out on. I know for a fact I have to go and talk to my grandma, believe it or not, because of something that Jamie and I were talking about. This wasn't a generic, broad term thing, and I want to make sure that's clear. This isn't for everybody, but I'm pretty sure after talking to Jamie that we're not, we have the benefit, but we haven't gotten said benefit. So we got to push for that and really help me out and might give us some answers. So I don't know. But I really encourage you to go be a part of Jamie Goebel's opportunity to learn and start that process. It's an important one. I mean, hell, you see all these commercials with any old washed up athlete like Joe Namath and you name it, and it's like, what does this even mean? Jamie breaks it down for you. So really encourage you to go stop by and see Jamie coming up in the next couple of weeks to be a part of these. Also, stop by St. Mary's Oktoberfest this weekend and win big. I really hope to see you guys there, and going to be a great time. We're going to be talking to the YWCA coming up in a little bit about their upcoming trivia night. This is Saturday, November the 8th. I wanted to put a bug in your ear now, and this is going to be really cool. This is a Great Rivers Ascend Hotel. It has a silent auction, raffle, fun games. It's $200 for a table of 8, $25 per individual ticket if you don't have that group, but really just a great night. You can get tickets now by just clicking on one of the ads on RiverBender.com or by going to the Zeffy link. You can find that on the YWCA social media page. But you join that Southern Illinois group for an exciting trivia night that supports programs like Child Enrichment, Girls Circle, Riverbend Reading Club, and there are other great initiatives. There's going to be mulligans, heads or tails games, free snacks, but you can bring your own food. There will be a cash bar and so much more. Really hope that you're a part of that and want to make sure that you guys are aware of that upcoming trivia. And a lot of people go into this. Look at this. 141 said yes so far. They just need you to be there too, and we'll get more details soon. Coming up to on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I'll be talking to Randy from Trailer Park Boys. This show's a huge hit. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how many people have watched Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys, if you haven't seen it, is a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, think of The Office, but a little more greasy. Like, literally greasy. I don't know what else to say. So, Randy's going to be on the show Tuesday and talking about his upcoming cheeseburger picnic stops in Peoria and in Carbondale, okay? So we don't even know how many times it's been watched, but I can tell you that from analytics, its on-demand audience for Trailer Park Boys is 8 times higher than the average TV series in the United States. So that's one I got to put a preface on for you now, is going to be uncensored. It just will be. And we're going to put on a disclaimer, I believe so, that says, please, if you don't want your children to hear this, take them away from the screen. We'll take a break and come back. It's going to be fun. And it's one for the adults. It's one for everybody in my generation. Randy's on Tuesday. We got a great show, great lineup of shows. I will be still live Thursday and Friday, but I won't be here next week. Pre-planned. This has been planned for months, so don't freak out and think I'm in trouble. So just so you know, that one little programming note. But that's all of our business that I had to take care of today. I'm out of time. Hey, I will see you Monday. Yeah. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your fall weekend. Enjoy your family, friends. Go see some great spots like Greenfields Farm. And until I talk to you Monday, try your best to stay out of jail.